Respect to the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, Namo Buddhaya, and respect the elder and general friend in the Dhamma, Ubasuk Ubasika in Thailand and in the world. Today, my name is Pra Parat Sorwit Apipanyo, or Venerable Sorwit Apipanyo Nama from Bangkok. Today, I still in Majula Buddhist University at Ayutthaya province. I'm very happy to see you all because today we have the news topics. We invite the Professor Venerable from Airport and in Thailand to discuss about Sankiti Wong Sankiti Wong or Sankita Wong. This the we can say the Buddhist text, the very high by พระสมเด็จพระวรรณรัตน์ of วัดโพ or วัดพระเจตุพน is the first Bali works the Ratana Kosin era. We have the professor to meet each other long time, maybe 2 years ago. We discussed about how we can develop our university, Buddhist University in Taiwan. Today, he completed that books and research, Sankiti Wong or Sankiti Wangsa. And today, I hope you saw our activities in the world, not only in Bangkok, but also India or European or USA. You can join and comment the activities today. We have time 1.5 hours. The first, I would like to introduce the professor to join the activities today. Right now, I want to invite all of professor come to join our activities and introduce. Just a few minutes. Okay. First, I will open your all of microphone first, and the participant to join and share idea about topic today. We invite professor from Bogota, Associate Professor Department of Buddhist Studies, University of Bogota, India. The first thing, Professor, please introduce yourself first.
Most venerable, very good evening, and to all the Sangha members. My name is Dr. Ujjwal Kumar, and I am Associate Professor at the University of Calcutta in the Department of Buddhist Studies. I am a student of Pali and did my graduation and master degree from Banaras Hindu University. Further, I did my master's in Buddhist Studies from the University of Hong Kong, and I did my PhD from Savitribai Phule Pune University, that is Pune University earlier known as. And I started my academic career as an assistant professor from the Pune University itself in the Department of Pali. So this is my brief introduction about my journey, academic journey, academic Dhamma Yatra, I call it. So,
Okay, so thank you very much for joining our activities in the evening or today. The next, the professor. Next professor, would like to introduce most venerable Prat Mahadao Sayam from Konkan campus, our university. Please, venerable, introduce yourself first.
Okay. Did you hear me? Did all of you hear me?
Yes, sure. Please.
Okay. First, I would like to pay respect for the triple games, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and venerable Prabhupada Saravit Assistant Professor. Thank you to you again to invite me to let me join in our program today. And venerable Pramaha Prayut and venerable Watthana, and especially for the Dr. Ujjwal Kumar from Kolkata University. May I introduce yourselves? I'm Pramaha Daosyam Shira Panyo. I am the director of Konkan Sangha College, the branch of Mahajula Buddhist University. I'm great for my background study. I'm finished BA class from Mahajula Buddhist University. After that, I joined for the study in Sanskrit in Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, India. After that, I continued a doctor degree in Sampuranananda Sanskrit, Varanasi, India. So I'm graduate doctor from over there, Sanskrit University. So I'm very happy to join us for today for the Dr. Ujjwal Kumar. I'm very happy to participate in your program because I'm very surprised because Sankitiya Wangsa is the chronicles for the Buddhism in Thailand. Start from the India, Sri Lanka, and Thai. So there are the confusion for the Buddhist Sankiti, Buddhist synods. We can say like that because there are different idea. In India, they call for the Buddhist synod is different. In Sri Lanka, in Thai also. There is the great influence for the counting of the Sankiti in Thailand because the Thai Sangha and the Thai scholar, they believe they are the nice Sankiti in Buddhism. They believe like that due to the Sankiti Wangsa. This is historical. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for your introduce yourself. Venerable Prat Mahadao Sayam. He is expert lecturer in Buddhism. He a lecturer and researcher so many topics. For example, the books, Buddhist in Laos, history of Buddhism in India, unseen Buddhist site in India, and Samana on Buddhist, many topics, a paper presented in international conference, especially about the Salanat, Kusinara, Buddhakaya. He know very well about this place, Holy Buddhist place. So thank you very much for your introduce and for your joy our activities today. The next Prat Maha Watthana from Bali Puttacode campus, our university. Please introduce your first a little bit.
ให้พูดอะไรนะ
แนะนำตัวเองสักนิดหนึ่งครับ
My name is พระมหาวัฒนาปัญญาธิโป lecturer in จุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยวิทยาเขตบาลีศึกษาพุทธโคตรนครปฐมI graduate PhD andจำศัพท์ไม่ได้นะครับก็ a little นะครับ
never mind never mind so thank you we have to share the context the concept of today activities usually Pramaha Vattana he very expert about Tripitaka few of experience Buddhist study from our university and Bali 9 the highest of education of the Sangha Thailand Bachelor of Arts in Bali Buddhism Master of Arts Master MA Buddhist study from our university and Doctor of Philosophy PhD Buddhist study in our university he expert about the text Buddhist text and teach the subject of Bali Bali language or psychology in Tripitaka also and a comparative study of Bali and Sanskrit grammar psychology for master of Vipassana meditation yes he is very expert the next variable from our university the director Central Library Division please Prama Prayut Puri Panjo please introduce yourself first open your microphone
Okay, thank you very much for information from Ajahn Prabhalat Saravit Apipanjo. My name is Pramaha Prayut Puri Panjo, Director of the Central Library Division, Mahachulalongkorn Raja Vidyalaya University. I am very happy to join in the activity. I come to join to learn about the history of Sankiti in Buddhism as a listener. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much all of you to join our topics today because today very important for discuss about the Buddhist text from professor from India Kolkata University. Professor today may I invite your present your paper or your topic then we have to discuss about some professor some lecturer he want to know what is the meaning of Sankita Wangsa what is the background of and significance of the Sankita and why we must to study Buddhist text and how to learn also and anything if you want to share idea about Buddhist text today please
Yes, Venerable. I would like to, Venerable, start my talk with a small PowerPoint. I have already shared with you. Can you share that PowerPoint?
Yeah. Sure. I will get.
Yeah. Yes, Venerable. So we go with this PowerPoint, and I will follow my slides, and yeah. It would be easy to introduce you this text, though I am really very afraid to speak in front of this great scholars, Thai Pandits, traditional, the Thai scholarship in front of you. I am a non-Thai speaking, non-Thai person introducing you the text. Actually, this is not introduction of the text to you, but generally a very usual information about the text, which I have gathered in due course of my editing of the text. Before that, I must say to you that I was not familiar with the text before 2016. In the year 2016, my teacher, most respected Professor Bamlendra Kumar from BHU, he introduced me this text, that such type of text is lying down in Thailand, and he was interested to edit the text. And he handed over me the first draft of the Roman edition of this text. And then I started working on this text, and I took approx more than 4-5 years to complete my work. And what I did in this edition, that I just used one printed edition of Sangeetiya Vansa of 1923, and I just tried to locate the source of the text, that where from the author has written on this text. And side by side, I have introduced one introduction of the text, and about the author, about the content, etc. So today I will speak here about the text itself, and the role of Sangeetiya Vansakara, Most Venerable Bimal Dhamma, and how he introduced this text and why he wrote this text. And as you have Venerable mentioned, that the importance of this text in Thai culture, and especially for the student of Pali. So let us start. First, I would like to start with the word Vansa. I am not going to read the exact slide which is here. Maybe the listener or the person can read the scheme very easily. But I would like to just highlight something which is not written down here about this Vansa. First, I would like to say things like that this is the very unique literature in Pali that is introduced in the history of Pali language and literature outside India. And as we know that this Vansa literature started in Sri Lanka from the Deep Vansa to Mahavansa. And this is, I call it always that this is the true non-Indian contribution to the Indian literature, to the Pali literature in general. And usually a student of Pali believes that the Vansa literature is only confined with the history of Sri Lanka, especially from Deep Vansa, Mahavansa, and some more Vansa literature like Chul Vansa, Mahabodhi Vansa, Thup Vansa, etc. But we know that the lineage of the Vansa literature also crossed the boundary of India and Sri Lanka and reached to Myanmar. And we have some Vansa literature of connected with the Myanmar, like the Gandha Vansa, the text, the history of the text, and the Sasana Vansa. Similarly, in the history of Pali literature, very, very rarely you will find the contribution made by the Thai scholars, and especially with the connection of this Vansa literature. I am talking here about this Sangeetiya Vansa and Mahayuddhakara Vansa, Chul Yuddhakara Vansa, etc. And this literature, we know that these texts, 3 texts at least, written by Most Venerable Bimal Dhamma. But in the history of Pali literature, modern Pali literature, I mean, written by some Western scholars, and also we have some Indian texts. These texts are not attested. Even if we look the Sri Lankan writing of Pali literature or the Burmese writing of Pali literature, these texts are not noticed. And this is very unfortunate that the Pali literature is confined, so to say, Sri Lanka-based Pali literature. I mean, in India, what we learn Pali literature is mostly from the Sri Lankan-based Pali literature. The way the Pali literature we received in modern period is that the Sri Lankan text edited into Roman, published from London, and then we draw our material from the London. And in this way, the Pali literature in India especially is focused mainly on Sri Lanka. Later on, somehow, we also focused on the Pali literature of Myanmar. But the Pali literature of Thailand and the Pali literature of Cambodia, Laos, etc., is almost ignored in the history or in the university system or the learning system of Pali literature in India. So I was very happy when my teacher, Professor Blem Kumar, suggested me to work with him and to suggest to edit the text. And then I inclined myself. I started learning about the Pali literature of Thailand, and then I came to know about this Vansa literature, the Sangitya Vansa. As I mentioned that this text, as we all know, that written by Bimal Dhamma, popularly known by his confirmed title, Somdat Fra Van Ratna. Please excuse me for my Thai pronunciation, might be wrong. And he wrote this text in 1789 to commemorate the Thai Buddhist Council of 1788 and to provide legitimacy to the kingship of Ramadavan. His original name was maybe the pronunciation is Chi or Ki, the Thai pronunciation. And at the time of writing of the Sangitya Vansa, Somdat Fra Van Ratna was known by his confirmed title, Fra Phimonolotham. In modern academic writings, this work is also known as Sangiti Vansa. However, the author of the text, Bimal Dhamma, has used only the term Sangitiya Vansa, and this word Sangitiya Vansa is not the wrong rendering of the word Sangiti Vansa. The Sangitiya Vansa is also grammatically correct, and what the Bimal Dhamma has used to call his text, it would be better if you call this text as Sangitiya Vansa rather than to call it Sangiti Vansa. The reason behind writing the scripture, I mean this text, and the motives of the author are yet to be known. We don't know why he has written this text, but a scholar like a Thai scholar, Pong Sri Pin, he opines that the Sangitya Vansa was conceived as a Buddhist universal history, and perhaps its writer may have seen himself making the same contribution to the religion and the new king's legitimacy as Fra Ratn Panya, the great Chiang Mai historian and the author of Jinkal Mali, did for the establishment of the Sinhalese sect at Chiang Mai and King Tilora Kota's legitimacy in the 15th century. So this text was, we may say that is written down to the same tradition of the Jinkal Mali to legitimize the kingship. Let us come about a little bit discussion about this author, our author, the Bimal Dhamma. The author of the Sangitya Vansa, Bimal Dhamma, was born in 1734. We have information that he was born in Tuesday, 9th waxing day of the 3rd lunar month in the year of Tiger. He was a native of Ayutthaya when King Bromkot was the throne.
So, excuse me, Professor. Excuse me.
Yes, Venerable. There is no slide.
Cannot working.
Oh, slide is not working. Not working. Just a minute.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right now, it's not working.
Now, okay.
Now it's okay. Please continue.
No, slide is moving there.
Yes, working. It's working.
Okay. Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Okay.
So this Bimal Dhamma, actually this is slow, I think. The author of Sangitya Vansa was just a minute, it will work. Was born in 1734, Tuesday, the 9th waxing day of the 3rd lunar month in the year of Tiger, and he was a native of Ayutthaya when King Bromkot was on the throne. The author was ordained as a novice during his childhood and later became a monk.